Well, the way we play video games and the way the monetization goes in video games is something that developers need to know what they're doing. In recent, like the last few months, we've seen a rise of lawsuits from the FTC. We've seen the rise of more laws around what is considered dark patterns. And these patterns are something that tricks you into purchasing something more, something that you may not like, something that is not good for the video game industry. And it's to the point where laws are being written and hefty fines are coming out very soon. Any game developer out there, if you know a game developer that's making games, this might be the video for them, as these dark patterns are taking the toll on the industry. Well, before we get into the topic, do hit the like, subscribe, all those fun things. And do you like this below? Let me know your thoughts below after you watch this entire video on why I did the picture you see below me. Subscribe today. We cover topics like this generally on the ongoing basis. Now, this is one of those videos where I feel I'm obliged to kind of make. It might be a little bit more boring, but if you are in game development, this is one of those videos that you're going to find as an important stepping stone to the game development and something that you've got to be wary of. Are your game monetization techniques going to remain legal? Well, there's been talk and laws that have changed and many things that have changed in around the games industry. We've also got loot boxes on the horizon that always seem to be contentious point for monetization. And in a lot of ways, we have cosmetics in video games that just tend to bring it down, bring the game down, because it gets overinflated and overdone because everyone just sees dollar signs at the end. I'm not going to read this entire article. I'll see if I can link it. YouTube doesn't like linking these things anymore. But at the very bottom here is the key issues to review for your monetization techniques. Do you allow consumer reviews? If so, what do you practically do to make sure they are genuine? Like with Steam, if you've bought the game, sometimes they'll put a tag on their game actually purchased by this person. Do you have a customer user review content modernization policy? And could your modernization policy skew positive and negative consumer reviews? So this is looking at consumer reviews. Recently, I talked about Rotten Tomatoes, how they were paid off so for a lot of movie reviews. Now this is for video games and development of them. Online choices and dark patterns. This is something we've spoken about in the past. Dark patterns was the outcome of the FTC lawsuit settlement with Epic Games, and why this is an important thing and why I'm talking about the thing below me. This technically would consist of a dark pattern where the like button is highlighted and the dislike button is darker, right? So it makes you want to click on certain things. Those colors make you want to click on these things. And these are used in video games, especially in like Rocket League or in Fortnite. That's where the FTC settlement went. They use it in such a way where you want to click on it. You see this a lot of times in pop-ups for websites where they want you to choose a particular choice and it will be highlighted as always. They will always want you to pick that choice. For me, if you like or dislike this video, I don't care either way. No matter what you do with the video, every little bit helps. It helps propagate and move the video along. But if you like the video, I feel a little bit better about myself overall, and that's what's important here, right? Right? No, that's not. It's not at all. Does your game, website, or app manipulate customers? This could be something as seemingly innocuous as a font size or button coloring. Do you pressure or influence gamers into playing for longer or making purchases? This is also something that you see in daily quest logs for games. World of Warcraft, where you had daily quests, that they tried to make you play longer or log into it daily. This is something that has been an ongoing thing for video games where they want your time. They want you to invest your time into these games. How are games monetized, and is it clear to consumers how it works at the outset? Is it free to play content truly free. And that is one of the reasons why I left Magic the Gathering Arena, because I felt like the game was no longer truly free to play. You have to invest money into the game and truly no longer becomes free to play. Free to play also means the time invested into a game. Is that time free? In a lot of cases, it's not. You should value the time you have. If you sell different products, how do you rank product listings? Are there particular options? Are there purchase options? Is it UX clear, or are there decoys, choice overload, or sensory manipulation? Like, oh, there's this product, this is good product. If you upgrade to this next product, suddenly you get these extra benefits, but we're going to push you in that direction by highlighting it. How do you see virtual currencies? How do you communicate with users? Is it overly complicated or legal? How do you use prompts and reminders? Are they helpful or are they potentially pestering? And many pop-ups. This is why with ad block, this is a big thing on YouTube right now. Ad block is now a thing that has become contentious in sense, because the amount of users that are using ad block aren't conducive to the amount of people that aren't using it, type of thing on YouTube. But YouTube is cracking down on those people that do use ad block with the new pop-up that happens on YouTube if you've watched too many videos and ad block is enabled. Is your UX personalized in any way, and if so, do consumers know? And then they're also targeting subscriptions here as well. How do your subscriptions work? Are fees clear, or are there hidden charges? Like with Amazon Prime. When you purchase Amazon Prime, it goes into a state of things. If you cancel your Amazon Prime and go back to it, they'll pop up on every purchase that you make on Amazon. Do you want to rejoin for Amazon Prime for 99 cents? It'll give you the benefits for a week. And then the hidden fee is, oh, but now we're going to charge you monthly of a surcharge of $10 a month. It's one of those things that's kind of manipulating the consumer world, and we see this a lot in video games, and why it's such a big deal that these are being discussed. This is framework that governments are now trying to set. They're trying to set the bar and trying to protect consumers in this case. I myself know, like, I've always tried to advocate for consumer protections, consumerism, and all these things of video games, what you want to buy, what you want to be sold, and what you want to ingest. But when it comes down to a set of rules for video games, the world is pretty open, and cosmetics have created such a dynamic in video games that you have to try to understand what they are actually doing to your mind. And that's why why it's important to talk about these things, why it's important for game developers to understand the second you start putting these things into a game and try to monetize it in a sneaky and deceitful way, it's going to be hounded down on. And that's why we see with many mobile games that these patterns will pop up all the time. Do you want to buy more Poke Coins? Do you want this extra incense for your Pokemon Go game? Like, it's ongoing. You're bombarded with these patterns. You're bombarded with these subscriptions and hidden fees everywhere. And that's why this is important to talk about. Anyway, I'm your Project Canadian Phoenix Cinder Shadow. I'm signing off here. I've spoken enough about this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.